What is up, YouTube? It is that time again. 2024 is now here, and we're going to talk about what we might or might not see in the world of Subnautica this year regarding both the modding scene and the next Subnautica game. So let's get started. So before we talk about 2024, let's go over briefly what we saw in 2023. First, let's talk about the mods. If you saw my last video, 2023 Subnautica predictions, well, you'll know that I was wrong on just about every single one. This is mostly, however, because of the 2.0 Living Large update that we saw in Subnautica 1. This, as many of you know, broke 100% of all existing mods, and many large projects were delayed. All of the modders have been working very hard to get their mods updated and to update their core libraries as well. We saw a change over to Bepinex from QMods, and Nautilus eventually replaced SML Helper. Field Creator Studios took a long time to get fixed, and it is still technically in beta form. Still, most of the more exciting mods such as De-Extinction, Subnautica, Cthulhu, and C2C require a downgrade to Legacy mode in order to be played, but from what I've heard, De-Extinction and the Bloop mod will be updated to 2.0 soon in 2024. Sadly, this does not include Subnautica, so what cool new mods are we going to see in 2024? Well, let's start with the smaller ones. 2024 will no doubt be a huge year for submarine mods. With the recent release of 2 new submarines, we will no doubt see many more that will follow. The Seal Sub is still in the testing phase, but it can still be downloaded and has its own Discord server. It will no doubt be 100% complete very soon. The modder known as Blizzard has just released a precursor submarine and has clearly put a lot of time and effort into this. It looks amazing. Now, I'm sure all of you have heard of the YouTuber named Aki. If you haven't, then you definitely need to check out his channel. He has assembled a team of modders for a project he has named Call of the Void. This is planned to be a huge and extremely ambitious mod. So, whether or not this mod is fully complete in 2024 or not, Aki has promised that he has plans to release small bits of it one at a time. In fact, he just recently released the first part called the Silence Leviathan. It cloaks, and as you can see, is a bit hard to get on camera. And this is just the beginning. We have so much more to look forward to in 2024, without a doubt, tons of new Leviathans. Also, the YouTuber Steve Kong has commissioned Lee23 to make a Rumbling or Attack on Titan mod. Very interesting. Now, I can't say for sure when this mod will be released and what all it will include aside from the obvious, but from what I've seen, I think it's mostly done. 2024, most likely. But one of the big questions everyone has on their mind is Return of the Ancients. Will we see it in 2024? The truth is, it should have already been out in 2023, but since the entire mod was broken due to the 2.0 update, according to Lee23, it is just now, quote, nearly error-free. So once they take care of these last few bugs, it will be straight into the testing and polishing phase. Sadly, I've seen this mod, it's gotten a lot of hate on comment sections across YouTube because, well, let's face it, this mod has been talked about for several years already. And to be honest, I was afraid that the next Subnautica Early Access was going to be out soon and possibly overshadow the excitement of Return of the Ancients. But that's not what's going to happen. See, Lee23 is hopeful that 2024 will be the year of Return of the Ancients. So we will for sure have that to look forward to. I think in my last prediction video, I gave it a summer release. This time, I'm going to repeat that and predict that absolutely no later than summer to early fall of 2024, we will see Return of the Ancients, if not sooner. And speaking of the next Subnautica Early Access, lately we've been getting a series of tweets from Unknown Worlds about the current status of Early Access. The first one reads, "Your recent excitement for the next game in the Subnautica universe has been infectious. While we're not quite ready to surface more info, keep watching this space. We'll share more about our early access plans in 2024. Now, I'll admit, this tweet got me a little too excited and I misread it. I know my haters on Reddit are laughing right now. Let's just say I had to delete a video. Let's just pretend that never happened. But in my own defense, this tweet was a little bit vague, and many were speculating even a Space Nautica game due to some of their wording. Thankfully, this was debunked on Reddit. Obraxis replied to someone saying, quote, "Not a natural selection game, it's a full-blown Subnautica game with water." So, while I'm not opposed to a Space Nautica at all, I think it would be an amazing game to see, but I'm glad to see a true Subnautica game around the corner. By the way, if you are looking to play a game like that, I highly recommend watching this video here about a similar indie game. Anyways, so the next tweet from Unknown Worlds we got was this. "Wow, the response to this post has been incredible. And just to be 100% clear, we will be sharing our plans in 2024. Early access itself will need a little bit longer in the fabricator." So this right here immediately crushed my hopes and debunked my prediction. In a way, I almost felt like this tweet was aimed at me. But I'm glad this offered some clarity because many, including myself, were jumping to our own conclusions. Now, one of my favorite YouTubers, One Up Nerdcore, actually has a pretty good prediction of his own. He said, possibly a few minor updates throughout the year, a screenshot or two, and a big reveal trailer near the end of 2024 with an early access release in January of 2025. And this is most likely because we all already know of the Big Crafton financial report that listed the next Subnautica game for the first half of 2025. Now, even when a game is in early access, you still have to pay for it. Thus, it's a moneymaker. Plus, this would repeat their previous pattern when Unknown Worlds released early access for Below Zero in January of 2019. So, for you console players out there, you most likely won't ever get your hands on this game until early 2027. But hey, good things come to those that wait. And while the excitement for the next Subnautica game is, quote, infectious, we don't want to put too much pressure on them because meeting a deadline is like a two-edged sword. You have the pressure to put out a product on one side and the backlash if you put something out that is too rushed on the other. But then again, I do remember a friend once explaining to me that work in general is more like a triangle that needs to be balanced on all three sides. You have your speed of work, cost or budget, and then the quality of your work. If you're not balanced, then you end up sacrificing at least one of these to achieve the other two. While Below Zero, for example, was a great game, it didn't resonate the same with many fans. So let's be sure to kindly give Unknown Worlds our feedback and our full support during the early access process when that day does come. But anyways, that is all the info we have for mods and the next Subnautica game. I'm also going to be continuing my Hell on 4546B short film / horror narration series this year. So if you haven't seen my first video, please check it out and help me to boost this video's popularity by giving both it and this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for all modded and original Subnautica news. Peace out.